Good morning and welcome back to Keto Homestead with Jess. Good morning, Ark Wildman Survival. Trust in God. Hope all is going well. Ark, do you sleep? This is my first question. I see you throughout the chats throughout the night and you're always awake. I was up until it was like 1:30 last night. I couldn't get comfortable and sleep. And then, of course, I'm right back up at 5:30 this morning. It's all right. At least I woke up another day. So I just wanted to get on here and do a little update. It's hoping I'll wait for a couple more people to hop in. I know it's super early. It's 7:30 here in Ohio. So the roosters are crowing. So I'm not sure we'll have very many people hop into the chat because it is so early, but we will see. There's so many good lives on last night too. Good premieres, good lives. I was trying to get my premiere out. I started trying to get my premiere out at like 7 p.m. and I don't know what was going on with YouTube. It eventually finally uploaded, but not until like 10:15. It was so late and I'm not used to putting out videos or going live that late anymore or premiering that late. But I was like really frustrated and wanted to get that premiere out. Hey, Dutch Off Grid, how you doing? Good to see you. 6:30 there. Wow, it's super early there. We got 3 people in the house. Good morning. So the piglets are going crazy. They've got their land legs. They're running around being all cute. I've been trying to get an update video on them. I had difficulties with my camera the other day. And so yesterday I had planned to go out and do a garden tour and do a piglet update and just show you what they were up to. And it started raining. Like literally, I grabbed my camera, opened the door, and it started raining. I'm like, oh. And then the thunderstorms started rolling in. So I never did get that video done. Hopefully today will be a better day. It's not supposed to be so hot or rainy. We're not supposed to have any rain at all. So hopefully I'll get out there and get that recorded today. All good here. It's here in Holland, 13:45. So some of you may know, I don't know, but I started a private canning session behind the scenes for people to be a little more comfortable that don't want to be on the panel to can or don't have a channel or just want to do more of a one-on-one type of canning style. And I've been doing that every Saturday. Last Saturday was the first one, and we did whole chicken, broke it down, and I made canned chicken and chicken stock, and it turned out really good. And then this Saturday, we'll be doing vegetable soup. So if anybody is interested in that, you're more than welcome. The only thing I ask is for a small donation since I am doing behind the scenes. The videos can't be monetized. And like I said, just a small donation. Doesn't have to be anything big. If you're a channel member, you're more than welcome to already come into that live stream or whatever you want to call it, behind the screen scene. You can donate any way you want. I'm leaving it up to anybody that wants to participate, like I said, if you're a member, you can do that already. And then I have the Amazon wish list. I have PayPal. And like I said, if you just want to become a member, you can do it that way. Kicking It Homestead, good to see you. It's 4:30 a.m. Oh, sure. I can do that, Kicking It Homestead. My email is just ketohomesteadjess@gmail.com. So yeah, we'll be doing vegetable soup today. Right now we're basically just doing soups right now. I'm trying to do easy, quick things that anybody can learn really super quick and fast and get that on the shelf. And hopefully that'll give people the confidence to want to can and be able to can on their own. And my goal is to get people comfortable canning and then release them to start putting stuff on their shelf as quick as possible. I feel an urgency to get out there and help people as much as I possibly can. So, and if you didn't check out, I did a premiere last night. If you missed it, it was on canning unstuffed pepper soup or pepper soup, whatever you want to call it. Crazy Irish, good morning. Thanks for coming in. So I've been doing that. I've been doing the canning Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Gemma. And the only thing you need to do is email me. Let me know so I can give you that link since it is behind the scenes so that you can join. Either email me, get a hold of me on Facebook, Instagram. You can message me any way that is more convenient for you. Gemma, did you get my message this morning? So I think that's all the announcements I have. I'm hoping that more people will want to learn and participate. Like I said, just email me, get a hold of me, message me somehow. All my information is on my about page. My email is ketohomesteadjess@gmail.com. Crazy Irish, welcome to the loyal fans of keto. Thank you for becoming a member. Good morning. Oh, I always get stumped on your name and I'm so sorry. You're gonna kill me. Zane? Is that how I say it? Zay. Oh, I always forget. I'm so sorry. But welcome and good morning. I think it's Thaw. Because before I was saying Zach. I don't know. I'm horrible. I'm so bad with names, y'all. Zah. Okay. Now you got me curious, Kicking It Homestead. I'm like, what are you talking about? If anybody wants to get up here and chat with me, they're more than welcome. I'll drop the link in because that's basically all I wanted to get up here and say today. I want to get this message out. If you know somebody that wants to learn to can, that is nervous, please get them in touch with me. I would be more than welcome to help them out. Hey, Ash, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. There is the link if you want to jump up. You got 10 people in the house. Thank you. Please hit the thumbs up and share me out. All right. Oh, what did I just do? That is not what I wanted to do. Oh, clicking on wrong things. All right. I had to pull that window up so I could save it to watch later. This weather here has been crazy. Has it been crazy where you guys are? It's been so nuts. Oh, I definitely will check it out, Kicking at Homestead later. Definitely. But the weather here has been super crazy, so hot. Like, I can't even go out the front door to get anything done. It just takes your breath away. I've been waiting. I've been going out to the garden and stuff way, way early in the morning or late at night, and then I'm not even getting in until like 10 o'clock at night. And then, like I said yesterday, I didn't go outside at all because it was just so miserable, raining and thunderstorming. Crazy Irish, it's 7:41 here. Hey TH2, thanks for coming in. I was hoping you were cooking breakfast. Not this morning. I made a mess of my kitchen last night. Canning that unstuffed pepper soup, and I did not clean it up yet, so y'all can't see my crazy mess.
Hello.
Hey Gemma, how are you doing?
Yeah, okay, I'm a bit sore, but yeah.
You're sore? What'd you do?
I'm not going to mention it on here because I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh,
So.
okay. I'm partaking a cup of tea. Just thought you should all know. Well, thanks for sharing. What kind of tea are you drinking, Ash? So, Gemma, I really wanted to talk to you this morning.
Yeah.
So you were supposed to go have dinner with your dad?
Yeah, that happened later on last night. I just actually messaged you on Hangout. It's the reason why I'm not mentioning it on your stream. So you'll know why I'm feeling a little bit yelchy.
Well, I'm just curious about the pickle thing. Like, did you try the pickles or?
Yes, I did. And I must admit, I managed to eat a couple without feeling the kind of sensation that I usually have. So I think I'm getting somewhere. And my dad was actually quite pleased with me. So you're not actually like spitting them out. You're not gagging. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to see if I cope with it and everything else. So yeah, I had them last night as part of a kebab that me and my dad had last night for dinner. So yeah, it went fairly well. I think it's just the fact that these pickles that we got were new and they were from my uncle's garden. So I think because they were fresh and they're from the ground rather than store bought ones. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a lot more success with the garden grown ones rather than the store bought ones. So
Awesome. That's a win. I'm so proud of you.
so yeah, I succeeded that last night. So that was good.
That's awesome. Hey, Christopher, thanks for coming in. Kicking at Homestead says 9.5 earthquake, heat wave, drought, floods, lightning storms. We had
Hello,
bears.
Kicking at Homestead, TH2, Ashley's Allotment Diary, hello.
And
Art
cougars.
Wildman, hello. Crazy Irish, hello. Welcome to the member squad.
Yes.
Who else have we got in here? Hello, Zany, how are you doing? Zar, sorry, not Zany, Zar. I keep getting your name wrong. Whoops.
I do too. I'm so bad.
Kicking at Homestead, it's 4:30 a.m. here. Ouch! Wow, that's early.
Yeah.
Youch.
Access Yorkshire tea. I will have to Google it because I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Ashley, I know. I did see your comment on the subject, and I've been told not to kind of focus on it, and it just seems that obviously we're all going to start having things like that happen, and it's just part of being on YouTube, social media in general. Not everyone's going to like your personality or what you stand for. So, and I know my content provokes a reaction to some people because the way that I talk about stuff to do with my autism stuff, people don't necessarily always like it. So I have to learn to grin and bear it, I guess.
Yep. Yep. You got to not worry about them people because you have a lot more people behind you supporting you.
Exactly, which is why I'm trying to help other people with their channels. And I think the more that I'm active supporting them and supporting people like you and other people who are newer to the platform, then it gives you guys more of a voice and more of a support because you guys are smaller guys, well, not smaller, but newer, smaller guys to the YouTube. You guys do struggle because you're having to build up that audience. You're having to start from the ground. You're having to constantly prep content and upload or stream, and once you hit the 1,000 subs to be able to stream, you're having to constantly make sure you've got content or a topic or something you feel is relevant to the channel to bring it to the attention of the public. So it is difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing that we all need to keep in mind too. We're all creators and we're all struggling. Like, we all have our own haters. So, if we just stick together and support each other, that's all that matters. Yeah, I can do that. Crazy Irish. Give me just a second. And you're welcome, TH2. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner, but you are welcome.
Thank you, Crazy. I also appreciate the support, and like I say, I'll return support from people who leave me comments. So I know who's connected to me, and then I can go back and connect to the other people who have shown me some support. So I always return support when I know I've had someone come over. Hey, Art Wellman, how are you? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing good. It's good to see
Hey,
you.
hey, Gemma, do you want to give a rundown of your channel? So if there's anybody.
Okay, yeah, sure. So my channel, I first came on to YouTube in 2016. I was at the time just a silent viewer. I didn't really want to be creating content. I've been on YouTube technically since about 2012, 2013 when I started researching kind of my symptoms and kind of my behavior. And I was watching clips based off children. And I was like, hold on, there's no adults on here. And then when I was actually going through my assessment, it kind of, my social worker said to me, oh, why don't you go onto YouTube and just have a look at like young adult clips and some adult clips about autism to help you understand. I'm like, okay, went onto the platform again in 2014, 15, searched and searched and searched nothing. And then my social worker kind of tricked me, said, oh, is there something that you're missing, Gem, on YouTube? Like, what have you found? I'm like, what do you mean, what did I find? And she goes, there's not much for adults on there, is there? I was like, well, there's nothing. For like me in the UK, there was nothing. Like, so she was like, why don't you start your own channel? And at first I was just like, no way. I'm happy to view other clips of autistic creators. I'll listen to them and I'll just kind of keep my own spin of things. And she was like, no, 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 no. I was like, okay. And then I started uploading for the first time in 2014, 15. And then that video went quite well. And I thought, oh, okay, it's good, got a good reaction. And then I officially started creating content the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. And my channel's been on here now for officially 6 years. And I've been creating content constantly for the last 3-4 years of my channel, and it's just to help break down the stigma of autism, show people that it's not something bad or a shame to be afraid of, because in the past and still now to some degree it's seen as oh, well, you have autism. Oh, no, like bad, naughty, no, spoiled. No, it's not. It's the fact that I live my life the best way I can, and I have strategies to cope. I learn every day to defend myself and help myself be independent. And especially with Jess's help, I've been able to learn how to eat more healthier and look after myself better, because I was going through a time of kind of just not caring about myself. And now with the creators that I've met on here, I've done some really fantastic stuff to help myself. And it's communication for me. Autism is hard because being on YouTube and having a communication disorder, you don't know how the way people take you. So it's, for me, I have to learn to use my appropriate tone of voice. I have to learn to basically try and speak in a way that's not going to upset people. And sometimes I might misread people, or like Jess knows, sometimes if people take saying a joke or they're being sarcastic, and I'm like, well, that was rude, or whoa, that was a bit. And I've had to have people like Jess explain to me, oh, no, Gemma, it wasn't like that. I'm like, because I've jumped to, oh, they're rude. I don't like that. That's not funny. And then Jess like, no, it's a joke. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's hard, but YouTube has taught me a really valuable life lesson that you do actually meet some really cool people on here. So that's kind of what my channel is. It's all about education and kind of lifestyle coping strategies, and to try and make sure that you understand that you can support someone with autism, regardless if it's in family, your friends, your work. In general, it's just about how to cooperate with us and how we can cooperate with you. So that's kind of the main aspect of what I do here on the platform.
Yeah, and I love it when Gemma gets in defense mode and wants to protect her friends. It's her going
Yeah,
up.
I'm very protective. Like Jess knows sometimes that I need to kind of cool down, and there's times where I've had people come to me and go, Gemma, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to say that. And I'm like, yeah, but that's my nature. I'm a very protective person. Even off camera, what you see on camera is what you get off camera. I'm the same person. You're gonna get the protective Gemma on camera as well as off camera. I'm the same person. I don't change my personality or go from being this woohoo person on the camera to then this not so woohoo off camera. So it just depends the way that you perceive me, I guess.
Yeah. Can somebody drop Gemma's link in the chat again? You guys are much faster than I am.
Hold on, I can write in the I can, if I can get it up. Oh, there we
Firefly
go.
Farm says, hi, Jess. You sleep okay? I slept for about 4 hours and then I was right back up. So I'll be taking a nap later on this afternoon.
There you go. I just wrote hello in the chat so people can see who I am in the chat. TH2 just dropped it. Thank you, TH2. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
And Crazy Irish has just dropped it as well. So yeah, this community, like for me, I knew some homesteading people before, but I hadn't really got deeply involved into it. I'd kind of touched base with some people and kind of learned some techniques how to communicate. But since meeting Jess and Ghost Prepper and some other people that I already were previously communicating with, it's kind of opened my eyes of how to look after myself, like I said, and kind of eat better, because Jess knows I was on a very, very bad, unhealthy diet, very, very unhealthy. And I've reduced my sugar intake. I haven't ate chocolate in probably about 3.5 months, maybe. And then I've reduced like my sugar intake. Like I said, I'm still guilty. I still drink probably far too much soda than I should, but I've reduced my, instead of drinking full fat soda, I'm now on the no sugar soda. So I've swapped that, and I'm trying to break down more things as well. So I've swapped a lot of my unhealthy food for more vegetable food. So I eat more things with vegetables in. Like Jess knows, the other day I did a lot of vegetarian pasta, and I did a stir fry the other day, and instead of having meat in there, it was mostly veggies. So I'm trying to get my healthiness back. And like I said, I've lost a lot of weight around my face. I can tell I feel a lot lighter around my face here, and I feel like a lot of my weight of my arms has come off, because my arms were quite big before, whereas now I can actually feel my elbow and I can actually feel the bone Whereas before, it's like I couldn't feel that either. So it's just little bits that I've noticed since doing a little bit of. So it's going to take time, obviously, but you can do it. And like Jess has been really supportive of me. She's been helping me and educating me, and it's made a massive difference because like my shelves and my cupboards now, my kitchen is like more healthier stuff, and I didn't realize some of the stuff that I was eating was complete bad, and now I've got rid of that, and I'm like, you know what? Why the hell was I eating this stuff? So it's kind of been a change of educating myself and making sure that I eat the right things for my body rather than ruining it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm really, really proud of Gemma. She's worked really hard. And like she said, she's seeing the changes, which is awesome, especially as, you know, somebody that has already went through the journey, and watching somebody else go through it now is just amazing. And watching her taste buds change. And, you know, we were talking earlier about the pickles, like she couldn't stand pickles. And
oh yeah, I used to hate them.
yeah, she's trying new things, and she's learning not all of them are horrible anymore, and she can tolerate little changes. So
Yeah, this is little things I've noticed as well. Like, for instance, when I'm drinking things like fruit juice or water, and before I used to absolutely despise water, and it had to have at least a little bit of fruit juice in, or I'd add some cordial into it. And now, like earlier, I've been drinking water to flush my fluids and stuff through, and I'm like, it actually doesn't taste that bad. Whereas before, I used to hate water. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. It just tastes bland. And whereas now I'm actually appreciating that I can feel refreshed and I feel better for actually having it. So it's just little changes that I've actually noticed my taste buds like, oh, I actually like that. So
yeah,
it's good.
it's
Yeah,
just fun.
Angela, it is hard. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying this is an easy fix. It's not. Like, it's going to take months for me to adjust to eating new things, different things. It's not just the fact that I've just switched overnight. This has been weeks and weeks of building up my tolerances, and like Jess says, like trying new things like the pickles and eating new salad items, eating things that before I was stubborn against. I was like, nope, ugh, this is gross. Not eating it. Don't like it, and now I'm reintroducing it into my diet in a small capacity. So, like for instance, eating more sweet corn, my carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, things that I know that are good for me that I need in my body to help function. So it's just adding them in into a small quantity and then getting used to having them. So it is hard. It's gonna be a while, but I know I feel the benefits already, but it's still gonna be an ongoing process. So
Yeah, I didn't know you dipped Ark Wildman. I've tried to get Barrett to chew on tea or the mint leaves when he has forgotten his, but he won't do it. And he likes the mint chew. It's weird. Crazy Irish says, so glad you're changing your lifestyle. It's a hard journey, but great benefits. Good
yeah,
to broaden your horizons. Yeah.
to new horizons, because I think the problem is not just with me, but from what I've seen of myself. Because in the past I've been so stubborn with certain things, and I've always kind of tended to eat the same foods. I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous that I've done that, but I'm honest, I've been very, very stubborn with my food. I've always eaten the same kind of chicken, beef, pork, uh, potatoes, rice. I've always kind of stuck to certain foods that I know I've liked because it's what I used to call safety food. I knew that it tasted good. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Whereas now introducing these new foods, I'm like, oh, this tastes a bit different. Oh, I'm not sure. And I'm like, I'm having to slowly get used to it and build my tolerances up to it. So it's interesting because there's certain foods over the years I'm like, well, that's tasty. That's tasty. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. And then when it comes to new stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm having to go through this whole new taste experience. So it is difficult sometimes, but I'm starting to have really good fun with it. So we can all do it. I think, like I said, I'm going to say right now, like I've said in many streams, I'm not a medical professional. I don't give out advice. I'm not here to preach at people, but it's just small changes. Like if you want to swap things, or you want to try new food, or you want to get rid of something that you know is bad for you, do it in small chunks. That I did. That I didn't just go cold turkey like with Jess. I said to her, look, 1 week I'm willing to break down my chocolate. 1 week I was willing to get rid of my my full fat soda. Now I swapped it to a non-sugar soda. So it's little things. I did it over a few weeks. I didn't just do it in one chunk. It was spread out so that I could adjust to it. So if you are
Yeah.
going to do life changes or get rid of things, then you need to do it in a bite-sized chunk so you give yourself and your body enough time to process with it. So if you do not just go cold turkey, because I've done that in the past and yeah, it does not work. So it's just about taking the time to go through it. And like Jess knows, she'll help you go through it because she's helped me go through some recent changes myself. So it's just about breaking it down and not forcing yourself into an uncomfortable position, which is
Right.
what
And
do.
I think it's different for different people too, Gemma. Some people can um, wean themselves off the sugar and the sweets and things like that. And then others do. They need to, like I, for instance, I couldn't wean myself off of sugar. I had to do it immediately. It was cold turkey because if I just had a little bit of sugar, I just keep going back to it. So I think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
it depends on the person. But the trick that I did is I made sure to have, keto friendly desserts in the house. Like I made a lot of cheesecake back then, and I made a lot of fat bombs and things like that. So if I wanted to turn to sugar, I didn't because I had those things on hand. So I think it has a lot to do with just preparing yourself and preparing your mind. And I think that's the biggest challenge. Like Gemma said, she was just so used to eating these certain foods, and it was just safe and it was convenient, and she knew that's what she liked. So why change it? And
yeah,
before you all see me on YouTube, I was 296 pounds, and I was the same way. If I wanted to go out to eat, I would eat the same thing over and over again. It wasn't like at each restaurant or each fast food place, I'd get the same thing over and over. I never changed my order or anything. And it's funny because, like, once you go keto or low carb or you change your lifestyle, you start wanting to eat healthy. Your body just craves it, and you just start trying
yeah.
new foods, and it's amazing how your taste buds change.
It definitely is. It's like I've said, the little small things I've noticed. I think also when you're in that rut and you eat the same foods over and over and over again for years, I've done this and I've kind of stuck to the same, what I call like my safe food. So it's like it was noodles, rice. It'd be things like chicken with high sugar content sauce. It would be things like takeaway food. So it'd be things like chow mein, roast duck, the most unhealthiest of the whole menu. But because I knew it was safe, I'd been routinely eating it for years. I knew that it was good. I liked it. It tastes good. And now I'm like, hold on, I've wasted how much money over that time? Whereas
Yeah,
now eating more healthier, I'm seeing my bank balance being back to a normal healthy amount. I'm seeing I'm not spending as much on takeaway things. I'm able to cook myself more often. So it's just a difference in that as well.
yeah. I just want to address a couple of things in the chat. Ash's allotment. You have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming in. And people are saying in the chat about reaching out to me. You can contact me through Gmail at ketohomesteadjess@gmail.com. And then there's also some comments about carbs and how many carbs they should be intaking. It depends on the person. Different carb amounts will work for different people. And I personally, I do 20 carbs a day, but I would say I'm pretty advanced. I mean, I've been keto 9 years, so I would suggest starting out at a higher amount, 40, 30 carbs, good to start out with, and then try to lower. But you really want to do it slowly on the carbs because you can feel dizzy and nauseated and things like that.
Yeah, Moonlight Gypsy, you made a good point. Like, if you eat bad, you do feel rubbish. Like, I've noticed recently, like yesterday, I had a takeaway, which I only had because I felt crappy, and my dad was like, "Okay, to kind of make your mind feel a bit better, I'll get you a kebab from the takeaway house." So I was like, "Okay." And this morning, when I got back home after staying at my dad's last night, I I come back through the front door and I was like, my head was pounding, and I'm like sitting here going, why the hell did I do that? Like, yes, at the time it felt good because I was feeling grouchy and moody and whatever else. And I got home this morning and I was like, oh, the pressure on my head felt really rough. And I'm like, why the hell did I do that? And then as soon as I had a nap and slept it off, I was just like, that was so pointless. I've caused myself a headache for absolute nothing.
Right.
So it was just, I know not to do that again. Even if I feel rubbish, I just need to either sleep it off or eat something else.
Mm-hmm. We are creatures of habit. We like to do the same things over and over again. And I believe it's 30 days. It takes 30 days to change a habit.
Yeah.
What I've researched. Firefly Farm says, Jess, what was your meals you had back then? Oh my goodness, I was eating everything. I was a candy holic. I survived on candy. I ate every candy you could think of, Fun Dips and Skittles, and I ate tons of bread. I mean, I love bread. I was so addicted to bread. I would eat bread with just dipped in mayonnaise or dipped in ranch. I just love bread. Tons of starches, rice with butter and sugar, and just horrible, horrible foods. But I didn't care back then, you know. And also, CJ says that they're type 2 diabetic. My current doctor won't even entertain keto, so I'm going to a new one in September. Yeah. And when I started out, like I said, I was 296 pounds. I was pre-diabetic. I had high blood pressure. I was extremely overweight. And when I brought it up to my doctor that I wanted to go keto, he like flipped out, and he ended up giving me, and at the time I wasn't educated on my own health or care. I basically didn't care about my health. You know, I wasn't intrigued or wanted to take care of myself or anything. And he gave me this pen, this insulin pen, and he didn't tell me it was for insulin. I didn't find this out until later, but he's like, just take this pen and it'll help you lose weight. And I'm like, ooh, a magic pill, basically, you know, like all I
Yeah.
have to do
Oh,
is
yeah.
shoot this pen in me and I'll lose weight. No, that thing was the worst thing anybody had ever given to me. I was throwing up. I couldn't make it to the bathroom. It was horrible. I'm like, and that's really basically what intrigued me with keto and learning about my own body and getting in tune with my body. I'm like, never again am I taking an over counter or medicine a doctor gives me without researching it first. And oh, it was just horrible. And then I was like, well, I'm doing keto. I'm not taking your pen anymore. And he got so mad at me. He was like, well, if you do keto, I'm not going to see you as a patient anymore. And I'm like, whatever. So I actually quit seeing him and started seeing the nurse practitioner in the office. And, you know, about a year later, I went in to see the nurse practitioner and I lost all that weight. And I walked through the office and my doctor, basically, he did a double take. He's like, is that you? And I was like, yeah. I was like, how's it going? I just kept on walking. I'm like, jerk. But it was some pretty good gratification being able to get a head turn like that.
Yeah, TH2 asked me a question earlier, so I just seen it. TH2, it's not an everyday food. Like you asked me about the roasted duck thing. I was eating like takeaways like nearly every other day. So I was eating like roast duck. I was eating chow mein. I was eating sweet and sour chicken. I was eating the most sugary Chinese foods, or even not just Chinese. It was like Jess said. It was like I didn't really care about my health back then. I was very much into quick, easy, convenient stuff. I wasn't really caring for what my body needed or what I should have been eating. And it's just like, oh, take it. Oh, this smells good. I'll have that. And it was just a thing of convenience. Whereas now, I probably have a takeout about once a month. It's usually like that will last me 2 or 3 meals because I'll order, like, say, a roast duck and chow mein noodles. I'll have half the duck for one meal, and then I'll have half the chow mein for one meal, and then I'll put it in the freezer, and then it'll be used again for another meal for another day. So whereas usually I would eat all that in one sitting, whereas now I break it up into like 2 or 3 meals.
Yeah, Arc Wildman, I probably should have just done it and not asked. But back then, like I said, I wasn't very educated on anything. And back then, 9 years ago, when I started keto, there wasn't a lot on YouTube at all about keto. There wasn't much research getting put out there or anything. And if it was under different terms. It wasn't like keto, keto, keto. So basically, I had to learn everything from scratch. And it took me 2 years of um, understanding and researching keto just to get to understand how the body works and how keto works and what it all meant, because it was really confusing when there wasn't anybody out there to help me or teach me. So you're right. I probably should have just done it on my own and not asked, but I was nervous. I didn't want to mess myself up. You hear all these issues with like the Atkins and things like that where people hurt themselves. So that's what I
And
was.
that's dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
this is the thing with these kind of diets. Like, you've raised a good point there, Jess, because people are so quick to jump on board with these diets, and I've seen so many people in my own family who have like jumped on to the Atkins or Weight Watchers or any of them kind of diets. And yes, obviously some of them work because they have people who are medical who are helping them do it and whatever. But do not fall for these bad, dangerous diets, because they do not work. They cause you extreme health issues. And I've seen some celebrities in my own local hometown who have fallen for the Atkins diet or whatever, and they look horrible. They look like a skeleton, all their faces sucked in, and they've got no waist, no bum, and it's just horrible. Never, ever, ever follow a diet unless it's medically approved, or you know full well that it's going to benefit you in the long term, because it does extreme bad damage to your body in other regions that you don't see. So you have
right.
to be very, very careful them kind of diets, because it's looked at to be, oh, picture perfect, you'll lose weight and you'll feel better. No, it's very, very dangerous.
Yeah. Hey, Harvey Black. Sorry you snuck in there on me. It's good to see you. Yeah, you're right, Gemma. And there's, some people that do keto that is extremely unhealthy because of the way they do it. And I actually have someone close to me that does keto, but is very, I don't know. They started out keto and they were doing it right and properly, and then they just went skydiving down into this black hole where now they're just so, I don't know, they're so obsessed with it that they literally won't eat anything except for a small portion amount. Like, it's insane. And they look like that, they look like a skeleton. They look sunken and they don't look
Yeah.
healthy at all because they're not getting all the nutrients that they need to have. Someone mentioned earlier in here, I think it was TH2. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But somebody had mentioned that they only eat once a day. And that's not a bad thing. Like, that's basically what keto is learning to intermittent fast or to fast and eating once a day. That's not bad. The only thing about that is that you want to make sure you're getting enough calories in and all the nutrients that you need to get in that one meal.
Yeah, Red Silos just asked you a question. He said, at Keto Homestead, Jess, do you recommend a particular book to get started on keto?
Honestly, no. Hello, by the way, Red Silo Homestead. You snuck in on me too. I personally don't have a book to recommend. Um, I did a bunch of research on epilepsy children. That's how I found out about keto. It wasn't, like I said, keto diet that I went out and looked for. It was basically epilepsy documentations that I found on the web and things that I researched. But there are some really, really good resources that I would go to that I could recommend is Dr. Berg, Motivational Doctor. Um, who's the other one? Firefly, you might be able to help me out. The Asian guy that specifically does intermittent fasting and fasting. What's his name? I can't think of it, but Dr. Berg and Motivational Doctor are two that are really good resources that I would check out. Dr. Berg went live for keto through his practice. He's actually a chiropractor, and he went full-blown keto on YouTube a year after I started. So I was really, really thankful for Dr. Berg, and I've followed him pretty hard. Thank you, Susanna. Dr. Fung. That's who it is. Check out Dr.
Yeah,
Fung.
motivational doctor is brilliant. Like, I really enjoy his content. He's someone that I've been following through Jess and Howie's recommendation. So I've been following him for a little while now. I really do enjoy what he has to say. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I really like motivational doctor. He gives people a voice. He allows them to come up on the panel. Every once in a while, you'll catch me up on doctor or motivational doctor's panel. He's just a really good guy, and he really wants to be out there to help people.
Yeah, I also follow another doctor. I don't know if you guys know him. I'm quite active on his comment section. I watched this American Family doctor called Dr. Mike. He's absolutely brilliant. He talks a lot about health issues and how to look after yourself and how to get in touch with like doctors if you don't have one. And he answers all common medical questions. And he's a really, really good guy. I think he's based in, I think it's either New York or somewhere like that. But he's a really, really good doctor. He does a lot of like he does a lot of the myth busting kind of stuff. And recently he did a video about autism, mental health, and something else which fascinated me. It's like an 8-minute video. I'm like, whoa! Like he blown like all these people like out of the water with all these myths and stuff. I'm like, damn, he researched that, and like it was really impressive. So he's a really good guy. If you do want another medical doctor to check out, I would.
What was his channel's name again?
Dr. Mike.
Okay.
He's a really, really good guy. He's an American family physician. So he's he's really funny. He does like yesterday, I think it was yesterday before he uploaded the dangers of buying medical products from Wish, and he was showing the dangers of using like thermometers and different things. I'm just like, people actually buy these? What? Like, it shocked me. I'm like, wow, okay. So he's a really good guy. Definitely, if you want to have another medical doctor, I would recommend his channel 100%.
Okay, I'll have to check him out too. Yes, removing processed foods would make a huge difference. And that's the thing, a lot of you know. Heads and tails, have a good day. Sorry. Thanks for coming in.
Sorry, once me and Jess get talking, we kind of...
Yeah.
Hey, Susanna.
The processed foods I wanted to mention also, like, you know, everybody's preparing for what's going on in the world or what might happen. The grocery store is running out of food and stuff like that. And like, that's something I really, really try to push on people, is to understand like those processed foods in the long run are really going to hurt you, because if you can't get a hold of those foods anymore, like, what are you going to do? Like, you're literally going to go through some massive, massive withdrawals with all that processed food and the sugars and stuff. Our bodies, sugar is like a drug. It really is. And it makes your brain produce those endorphins, or, you know, and oh my gosh, I can't imagine the withdrawal people are going to go through. So that's something to keep back in the back of your mind. If you can leave yourself off now of the sugars and the breads and pastas and rice and all that stuff, the way better you're going to be able to handle something, you know.
That's like Jess has brought up a good point. Like she says about withdrawals. Oh my. when I first started eating, like changing my lifestyle, eating healthier, I remember saying to Jess, like, one of the first things I realised that when I cut the soda down and I craved sugar bad, like I was so angry. And I remember phoning my dad a few days after I kind of started swapping things, and my dad was like, "Why are you so snappy? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I didn't realize it was a sugar craving. And I sat there and I'm like, this sucks. And like, I'm used to having this and this and this and this and this. And my dad's like, what have you done? I'm cutting like sugar down. Like, I'm swapping my full fat soda for no sugar soda. And I'm making little small changes to feel better. I want to stop being healthy. And he's like, Gemma, you do realize what that is, don't you? And I was like, no. because you're having sugar withdrawals because your body so craves it all the time because you're used to having it, and now you've cut it out from being lots every day to minimum. He goes, your body's like going, whoa, because you've not given your body time to process it. So I went through bad sugar cravings. I think Jess has kind of seen me when I'm fidgety and I'm like, meh. Whereas now I'm more calm. I'm like, it doesn't bother me. Like I could go weeks and weeks and weeks without having any sugar content. It really doesn't. Like, I haven't had, like I said, chocolate in over 3 months. It has not fazed me at all.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of hungry people. Also, Kicking at Homestead says I don't have a thyroid gland, so weight loss is nearly impossible. Well, and that's the thing too that people need to realize. They need to work on keto isn't necessarily about losing weight. Oh, sorry, traffic is crazy. Keto is what you need to think about it if you decide to do keto or a low carb diet is to think about your health. It's to get you healthy, not to lose weight. Once you get healthy, then you'll start losing the weight. And keto, there's so many different versions of keto out there. It's got kind of scrambled up and people don't understand it. Keto also can be for helping put weight on to build muscle and things like that. But people don't know that because everybody associates keto with losing weight. So if you were going into keto, I wouldn't look at it as losing weight. Look at it as getting healthy.
Yeah, exactly. It's about reducing things and making it into a smaller change rather than just one big, like I said earlier, one big change. It's introducing new things into your diet. So for me, I went from eating full fat, sugary food every day, eating those junk foods that I shouldn't have been eating. And I slowly started breaking them down and cutting them down. I still eat a few unhealthy foods that I like because I've had it for years. I'm used to it. But now I don't have as much soda, or I'm drinking no sugar soda and I'm drinking more water. So what I do is if I do have soda during the day, once I've had that 1 can of soda, I then flush myself out with water or fruit juice. So I'm not just having that sugar in my system, I'm having natural fruit and stuff into my system. Like I've got, like for instance, Jess will be proud of me, she doesn't know this yet, but instead of having like my full fat chocolate or having my sugary craving treats that I usually would have had in my shopping, yesterday I had my food shopping delivered and half my fridge right now is full of fresh fruits. I will have things like oranges, my strawberries. I've even got blueberries, in the past I've not liked them, but I thought, you know what, like I said to Jess before, I need to try things again, get my palate used to the taste. And because with me, it's more of a taste and texture thing because of my autism, I have to try and introduce stuff into my system. And so, like, right now, my fridge is half full of fresh fruit. I have like 2 shelves jammed with fruit and things. So it's like I haven't even ordered chocolate. I haven't even ordered like my candies that I would have had. I haven't, and that took me guts to do that because I'm so used to having my candies and my chocolate section. Whereas now I'm like, oh, if I want a craving, I can have a healthy craving. So I can go to my fridge and get my fruit out. So, but Jess hasn't known that until now. So,
Awesome. I am proud of you. That is a big step.
yes, considering I said to Jess before, like she knows that I would have like my chocolate like stacked by the load. Like now, I'm like, I haven't even got none in my fridge. Like that's bizarre to me.
Somebody's asking you a question. Firefly Farm, Gemma, do you test your blood sugar?
No, I haven't. But yesterday they tested it because the lady was worried about me because of my behaviour because I was extremely anxious. So she's like, "Can I do a blood sugar test on you?" And she literally pricked a couple of my fingers, and it was a bit high. I think because I was wound up and stuff. But I went to the doctor's yesterday, and she was really good with it. She made sure that I was calming down and stuff. But yeah, it's the first time in about 3 years that my blood sugar's been tested. So yeah, I haven't. I've got relatives who do check it every day. Like I have my uncle who's diabetic, he has to test it every day, and my dad's just been told he's got high blood pressure, so he tests his blood sugar on a regular occurrence because he's worried that he may be pre-diabetic. So we're making sure that all of us get checked a lot more often. So
Yeah, that's good. That's a thing too, Gemma. When you were talking, I was thinking, now that I've been on keto for so long and everything, when I look at recipes and stuff, I get like super excited, or I'll look at something like, last week it was gummy bears, and I'm like, oh, I went to the store and I seen gummy bears on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, I want some gummy bears so bad. So for
yeah.
like the past 4 days, that's what I've been working on, a keto style gummy bear.
Oh, yummy. That sounds
And
good.
and that's like basically what I do. Like I think of a recipe or something I want really bad, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder how I can turn that into keto. And that to me is fun. But I like to cook and bake and things like that, which most people know. But that's how I make keto fun for me. I'm like, oh, what creation can I do next?
Yeah, I love how you make your recipes. I think that gives us a bit more of a open knowledge of how to change foods and things. I think for you as well, because you like you say you've been keto 9 years, you've got that knowledge of how to cook things and you know what works for you. And whereas for the new people like me who are new to eating healthy and changing my diet and looking into better ways of looking after myself, it's me. I'm very much still learning and changing things that are very still some unhealthy stuff that I have, but I'm starting to cut that out. And like I said, I feel like I've lost weight on my face and looking at my arms. I don't feel my arms are so chunky anymore. So
Yeah. Angela was saying earlier, I'm sorry I skipped over that comment you made earlier. She was just trying to decide Weight Watchers or keto. And personally, I have done like every fad diet that you could possibly think of. I've tried Weight Watchers. I personally am not a point system type of person. I don't like counting calories. I don't have time for that. Um, so Weight Watchers never worked for me. Because, and Weight Watchers is so expensive. And I know keto is expensive starting out, but eventually that cost deflates once you have your pantry items that you need. Weight Watchers to me is just like super expensive, but I'm not knocking them. I know Weight Watchers work for others, so it just
yeah, my mum does that.
yeah, it just depends on you and your body and what works for you.
Yeah, Harvey Black says, I think he's talking to Arc Ramen. Dark chocolate is my weakness. I haven't had it in 2 years, but I've just read that dark chocolate has an essential amino acid protein in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Dark
dark
chocolate is
chocolate.
something that I've never had. I just don't like the texture of it.
Yeah, dark chocolate is actually really good for you, and I eat a lot of dark chocolate. I love my dark chocolate.
I might have to start trying dark chocolate because it's one texture of chocolate I've never usually liked, but if it's good for
Well,
me, then I'm going to start trying it.
Well, the thing is with dark chocolate, it's another thing that you can build yourself up to. When I started eating dark chocolate, I started at like 65% dark chocolate and I worked my way up. Now I can eat 95% dark chocolate without any problem. And other people are like, oh, it tastes like dirt. Like, that's disgusting. How do you eat it? But I've been able to
Yeah.
train myself up to that where it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, Moonlight Gypsy, I think what I'm going to do with regards to dark chocolate, like I said, I'm probably going to start on the lower end. And then, like what
Mhm.
Gypsy said, build up my tolerance slowly. So once I've got used to one sort of texture of dark chocolate, and I'll build it up a bit and try it that way. So then my taste buds and I can get used to the It's more for me. It's not necessarily the smell of the dark chocolate puts me off. It's more the texture because of my sensitivities. So, Zara says, Gemma, try melting it and dipping it. Oh, I didn't think of that way. Yeah, that's a good point. I might
Yeah,
do that.
you can dip it in your strawberries or your blueberries or whatever.
Oh, I might have to do that. Thanks, Zara. I'll start having a look into doing that. I didn't realize I could do it that way. Yeah. Freeze it, then let it melt in your mouth. That's different. But I guess Harvey, like that's not an option I could try at some point.
Yeah, that's what I do. All my chocolate is in my freezer. That's how I eat my chocolate.
Yeah, I might. I'm definitely gonna try Zara's suggestion. I'm gonna grab some dark chocolate and then try melting it and using it with my fruit and stuff.
Yeah. Today, so last night I was on Susanna's live. She was live and Prep Setting was on her panel and he was eating ice cream. And it's like, I don't know what time it was, like 12 or 12:30 at night. And I'm like, no, like you can't be eating ice cream right now. I looked over at Barrett and I'm like, babe, I was like, you want to make me some ice cream? And he's like, not tonight. I'm like, please. I need some
Ice cream is
ice
one thing with me that I've never really been a big fan of. Like, ice cream is something that I could easily wipe out my diet and I'd be quite happily not eating it. For me, I've not really been a big sweet person like that. Like, I'd rather, if I was to have something sugary like that, I'd rather have either chocolate or something else to replace it. But ice cream is not something that I've really been a big fan of. Like, my family love it. Like, they buy ice cream from the store and they're like, oh, ice cream, oh my god. And I'm like, what's the big deal about it? Like, I'm not bothered. Like, I easily skip it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
phase me at all.
there's no way I could eat store-bought ice cream. All the ice cream we make is homemade and with stevia, so it's not as sweet. But man, him going to town on that ice cream last night really made me want some. So the plan today is Barrett's supposed to make me some peanut butter chocolate ice cream, and I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Nice.
And let's see, Harvey says peppermint dark chocolate helps stomach problems. Yes, and peppermint dark chocolate. Oh, you're making me
Crazy
crave
Irish
chocolate.
is a big taste difference without the sugar. Yeah, Crazy Irish, like, there's still some things that I can taste sugar in my mouth. Like, yesterday, I had a energy drink, so I was feeling a bit deflated, and as soon as I took like one swig of the energy drink, oh, the sugar! Like, I sat there with my dad, and he was like, "What's the matter?" And I literally, like, I was like, oh, this is disgusting. Like, I literally wanted to spit it out, and I was like, this tastes really bitter and ugh. And my dad's like, what do you mean and I'm like, I said, it was like, I felt like my inside my tongue, my mouth was being attacked. I was like, this is gross. Like, my whole mouth felt like it was burning. It was horrible.
That is horrible.
So I've definitely noticed the sugar difference. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I accidentally eat something that has sugar in it, I can really feel my like anxiety kick in. I can feel my heartbeat pumping. I'm like, yep, nope, that's not for me. I haven't ate out in a really, really long time. It's been the last time I ate out before recently was about 2 years ago. Me and Barrett went to a Texas Roadhouse for after we got married, and we had a nice dinner there. But here recently, when we went to Kentucky to get the geese, my girlfriend was driving and she was getting hungry, and she was like, have you guys ever had Jersey Mike's? I think that's what it's called, Jersey Mike's. And I'm like, no. I was like, I don't eat out. And they're like, she said, no, it's like an unwrapped, like a sub, but wrapped in
Hey,
lettuce.
Garden State.
Hey, Garden State Gardener. I was like, no, I've never had anything like that. So she was like, well, it's keto. She's like, you can eat it, trust me. So we went and she got these wraps for us. I mean, these wraps were like massive. They look like a sub. And man, that was like the best wrap I've ever eaten. So now I'm like addicted to these wraps. I'm like, oh, they're so good.
Nice.
It was a turkey and ham club wrap with like,
Oh, that sounds really delightful,
it
actually.
was. It had tomato and cheese and mayonnaise on it. It was so good.
Oh, nice. I'll probably swap the turkey for chicken, knowing me, because turkey's not something I really like, but
Yeah,
sounds delightful.
it was good. I was shocked. They must have used like almost a whole head of lettuce just on that wrap. And it was
Nice. Garden State Garden says he just got back from Jersey Mike's. Nice.
really, I'm jealous.
And someone put about a comment. I just missed it. Who was that? Let me scan up. And Midnight Gypsy, menopause adds a whole new curveball to weight loss. So if you're in your 40s, get a handle on it now. Yeah. I just found that my mum is going into her kind of early menopause, and some of the things that I've noticed with her, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm trying to help her with her food, and she's so stroppy, and I've noticed other little things. I'm just like, wow, I feel awful for women who do go through that issue, because it's not fun. I've seen how my mum gets ill when she's tired a lot more, she's aggravated a lot more. I'm like, this is horrible.
So, Gemma, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to start a poll, and we're going to see
Okay.
what the chat says.
Okay.
This was funny to me.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I can't put add option. It's just a yes or no question. Okay, we ain't doing it then. That's dumb. I can't add my own questions to it. All right, so I am curious for everybody in the chat, how old do you think I am? Me and Gemma had this discussion the other day.
Oh, yes, we did, yeah.
And before I touch topic on other stuff, I want to see what you guys say. Go ahead and put in the chat, how old do you think I am? See what anybody comes up with. Joey's doing good, just healing up from surgery. We won't know if the surgery will work for 5 to 6 months. Oh, I'm so glad it's over though. 25, 35, 57, 37, 32. Not bad, 42. I think you said 30s, maybe 36. Firefly, I'm joking. 32, 38. Gemma, how old did you think I was?
I thought she was actually younger than me, so I was going to say maybe mid-20s, early 30s.
And that's normally what I get typically is like early 20s, especially in person. People think I'm in my early 20s, but no, I will be 39 this coming Christmas. And
I want to ask the chat, like, that if you guys want to guess how old Jess is, I want you to have a guess what I am. Like, if you want to see how old I am, because a lot of people have told me several different ages. I'm like, okay.
Susanna says 45, 89, 200. Yeah, right. But that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna be 39 this year. I'm like, I'm almost 40. I'm gonna have to start going through menopause and stuff. I'm like, no. Like, I'm so scared. I don't want to go through menopause.
The thing is with you though, you don't look someone who's like nearly in their 40s. Like, a lot of people, like, in that age, they actually look that age, whereas you look so super young. Like, that's why I said to you in private that I thought you were younger than me, because you look so young. So
Yeah.
it's people. I wish Garden State Gardener. I wish.
What Gardner?
CJ, you're only a few years off CJ, but yeah, you're close.
I won the prize. Crazy Irish says.
You're close, Angela. You guessed the same as CJ. You're very close.
My shop is closed.
I wish, Susanna. I wish.
I got carded several times the other night. I hate going to the store. Bear always makes me go to the store and get tobacco and stuff. And I'm like, I hate going in there. And he was like, why? And I was like, because every time I get carded, they know how old I am. They see me go in there and they still card me every time. And I'm like, oh.
Crazy Irish. Perfect. You got my age. I'm actually 33 in like 3 months, but I'm currently 32. Yes. I'm
Kicking it
33
home says, I always look 15 years younger than one day I woke up. Oh.
Congratulations, Crazy Irish. You got it bang on. Well done. A lot of people have said to me that I look between 18 and 23 was the last age guess I got.
Well, Crazy Iris is getting good, or is good at guessing ages, because she almost got my age right and she got yours spot on.
Yeah.
They don't ever Yes. Okay. They say that they have to card you no matter what. But my husband goes in there, he never gets carded. And he definitely doesn't look
Yeah,
his
I used to get carded a lot, like in the past, like when I used to buy alcohol and like cigarettes for my sister. Like I'd go into the store and the first thing they'd do, I'd put the alcohol and cigarettes on the counter and they'd be like, "Oh, ID please." I'm like, "You are joking, right?" They go, "No," and I'm like, "You do realize like I'm 12, 13 years over the age to buy these?" And they're like, "What?" And the last time I went into the store, this is a long time ago, to get my sister a bottle of wine for her birthday, and the manager looked at me and goes, "Oh, yeah, we don't have to card you. We know how old you are." I'm like, "Yes." So I didn't have to go through the whole ordeal of being carded again. But I used to get carded up until about a couple of years ago. Now I don't get carded as much. So
Garden State Gardener says if I put gel in my hair, I get 20 years younger.
I can't stand putting things in my hair. Oh no, like when like hairdressers and stuff used to put like hairspray in my hair, that used to drive me nuts. I was just like, no, don't put products in my hair. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I used to work at a gas station, thought it was stupid to have to card someone when you see them every day. Yeah, Angela, they're very particular about that over here. Like if they suspect you look younger or they think you're trying to lie about your age, they will ID you regardless. Like especially if it's a store, a gas station, an off license, a convenience store, you will get carded because they think that you're trying to lie or that you're trying to act suspicious. So a lot of the time, people do card you over here a lot. I got carded the other day. It's my stepdad's birthday, and I brought him a DVD box set of his favorite comedian, and I got it wrapped into this box, and I had it all ribboned and whatever else. And I went in there to pick it up because they texted me saying it's ready to be picked up. So I went in there. I was like, "Hey, I've got this package. I've got to pick up. Here's the reference number." And I went in there. Like, "Oh, ID, please." I was like, "I brought this 3 days ago. Like, you didn't card me then. Now you're carding me to pick it up."
I
And I'm
can't
like,
believe it. Yeah. You said
"It's silly."
don't you said about suspicious. Oh my gosh, Gemma, you know that song? That little skit song? You got that song stuck in my head now. Don't be suspicious. Don't be. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're
Oh
talking
my
about. Yeah.
god. Stuck in my head. I'll be singing that all day now.
Like, I think the problem is with me as well because I'm quite short and people think that I look shifty or that I'm trying to act older than I am because of the fact that I'm quite a short individual. Like, yes, chat. By the way, I am 4'11", just to put it out there, because people often try and say to me, "Oh, Gemma, like, how tall are you?" or whatever, and I'm like, "Yeah, guess," and nobody gets it. No one. Everyone's like, "Oh, 5'5", 5'6", 5'7". I'm like, "Yeah, I wish." Like, I'm 4'11", just to put it out there.
Hello, Lorraine. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lorraine.
we look silly standing next to each other. I'm 5'6", Gemma.
Like I'm literally this is the whole height of me. Like I'm literally what you see is like this is how tall I am. Like I'm literally short.
That's all right.
As people always say on my videos, like, why is it that you seem to be so short on your camera? Like, do you do that deliberately? And I'm like, no.
All
Like
right,
that's how tall I am. DH2 says, when I was underage, I went in and brought beer. I forgot the smokes and went back in to get the smokes, and they carded me. So I just said I brought beer. I don't have my license with me, and I got the smokes. What? That would never happen here.
See,
No way.
that's what I don't understand. So, like, this is so reversed. I guess because the laws have changed a little bit. But when I was underage, I could buy cigarettes without getting carded. When I was underage, I could sneak into bars without getting carded. But now that I'm of age, I get carded no matter where I go. I'm like, what the heck? How does that work?
Take care, Red Cider. I hope you have a good weekend.
See you later, Red Silo. Thanks for coming in.
Lorraine says she's 5'5". Yeah, Lorraine, you're the same. You're the same height as my sister. My sister's 5'5". She like overtowers me up here, and like she's massive. Like our mum's like, I think my mum's like 5'6", 5'7", I think. And my mum's like, every time I meet up my mum, my sister, I'm like, I'm down here, like, and then my mum's like slightly up here against me, and then my sister's like up here. I'm like, what? Like, they're both taller than me.
Yes, you're 100% right, Harvey. That's why chocolate is good for women.
Susanna says, my second name is McLovin, the sexy hamburger. Huh? Am I missing something?
Ohio paradise.
Susanna, I have no idea what you're on about. Am I missing something?
I don't know. It's probably a conversation in the chat. I'm not sure. We were talking so much, I didn't even keep up with the chat.
5 Farm says she's 5'10". Wow. Okay, you guys are mega taller than me.
Yeah, I think it's in cheese too, isn't it, Harvey? I know there's a lot of women that crave cheese.
Yeah, oh, I love my cheese. That's one thing I am guilty of. I do eat cheese and a lot of sandwiches and salads and stuff that I have. I do love my cheese. It's one thing I will have in my fridge is my cheese.
We've got 14 people in here, so we've got quite a few people in here that weren't in here before, so I just want to make a quick announcement. I've been doing a canning session behind the scenes for people that don't want to be on the panel or just want more one-on-one time, or that don't have a channel that want to learn how to can and be a little more confident. And I've been doing those on Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. The only thing that I ask is for a small donation, whether I'll give you whatever option you want, whether that's becoming a channel member or donating through my Amazon wish list or PayPal or anything like that. And the only reason I ask for a small donation, I don't care how much it is or what you donate. The only reason I ask for that is because it's taken time away from me being on YouTube, and I can't monetize those videos when we're behind the scenes. So if there's anybody out there that's interested that would like to do that or learn how to can more one-on-one, you can contact me on my About page. My email's listed there, my Facebook Messenger, Instagram, anything. Any way you want to contact me that's convenient for you, you can. So I'm just trying to help people learn to be a little more self-sufficient and learn how to put some food on their shelf really quick. This Saturday, tomorrow, we'll be doing vegetable soup. It'll be easy, quick recipe. So if anybody's interested, please get a hold of me and let me know. All right, there's my spiel.
Yeah, it's all good. It's good to let people know who may not know. So
yeah, Firefly Farm.
Actually, cheese is definitely one thing I will be having a lot of. Like, I love my cheese. I had before I came on Jess's panel, I just had some cheese and crackers as a snack. So I was getting hungry. I was like, oh, I haven't eaten yet, so I just grabbed some cheese and crackers and had that.
I've been doing the private sessions at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Crazy Irish. Felicia, hello and welcome. Canning class is fun. Yes, it is.
Hey, Felicia, how are you? Good to see you.
And also, I didn't mention anybody that's a member already is more than welcome to join those canning classes. I just need you to email me so I can give you the link to be behind the scenes with us.
Nice. Who else have we got? Kicking at Homestead. I don't know if I said hello to you yet, but hello. Lorraine, I've said Harvey, I've said hello to. Yeah, I think I'm caught up pretty much, I think.
TH2 says, put some cheese on my cheese, please.
You guys are so funny. All that Crazy Irish is all that's perfect time.
Awesome. I hope to see you there then. Or
Crazy Irish, I take it you're in Ireland, or are you in the States also? Because I'm over here in the UK. So for me right now it's nearly 2:00 in the afternoon. Felicia says I'm good, having my coffee and trying to wake up and get my vegetable soup ready for the cannon class. Oh, I can't stand coffee. The smell of tea and coffee makes me want to gag. Yuck. No, thank you. That's another thing I can do without quite easily, especially when I order my food shop delivery. That's one thing I never buy. I don't have to worry about it because I don't drink it. So
Awesome, Angela. I would love for you to see you there in the canning class. Yeah, I still need, I'm slacking. It's almost 9 o'clock here and I still haven't gotten any of my vegetables chopped and ready to go.
Felicia, I haven't started canning yet. Like I said, I'm very new to this whole thing, so I need to look into getting equipment and stuff. But I do want to learn how to can and how to store things. So, like Jesse said about making sure that I'm prepped and storing food the right way, because I do want to start being more healthier and having things ready so that if a situation does happen or I need to do something to be quick, then I can just get the food out and eat it. So
Right. Crazy Irish answered you back. She says, I'm in the States and I'm in Maryland.
oh,
Or
okay.
is that Massachusetts? It's either Maryland or Massachusetts. I can't remember. MA.
Hey, Ginger. Well, Angela, are you in the UK? Nice.
Crazy. Oh, okay. Crazy Irish. Are you still going live at 9? Hello, Jess, Ginger Ninja. Hello, hello. Good to see you. But Gemma has been doing other stuff. She has been starting to freeze her meals and things like that. So she is preparing and
Yeah.
doing other things.
Yeah, I am starting to put meals in my freezer, and I've got these what I call like Ziploc containers, and I've been making myself meals like stir fries and pasta and different things I know that are quick and easy to do, and I've been putting them in the batch load into the freezer. Like yesterday, I batched cauliflower cheese, cream cheese, and some stir fry ingredients that I'd cooked from a couple of days ago, and I put them into the freezer, so they're all in the Ziploc containers, stored up with labels and stuff on. So I'm trying to make a bit more of a thing to cook and push myself out of my comfort zone when it comes to food. And like I said to Jess, it's very difficult for me because I'm being so stubborn in the past, and now I'm doing things that I didn't think I would do or what I would like, and now I'm like, oh, this tastes good. Oh, this tastes good. I'm like, whereas before I'm like, ugh, the thought of having that was gross. So it's been a big adjustment.
Yeah. All right, Crazy Irish. We'll see you later. Sorry I made you forget about your 9 o'clock live stream.
Garden says, Jess, need to have an East Coast YouTube meetup.
Yes, we do. Well, I thought that there was going to be a meetup in June for Ohio, but I don't know what happened. Like I never heard anything about it.
I know Ghost mentioned about planning a meet up with some East Coast people on his channel the other day. He said about getting a poll together or getting an email list together, and he said something about if people were interested in meeting up to contact him. So he
Hi,
was
Crazy
trying to
Irish.
take care, Crazy Irish. Much love and respect.
Yeah,
Have a
I
good,
don't know. I'll have to get a hold of Ghost and find out what he's got going on then.
because he was saying on his canon session the other day that he was thinking about meeting up with people. So which I wish I could get over to the US because I would be there and see all of you. Like, I need to be able to
So
get over
yeah,
there, but for right now, I can't.
yesterday I had a dream and it was this crazy dream. I dream like I don't dream very often, but when I do dream, they're very elaborate, detailed dreams. And I woke up and Barrett was sitting at the computer and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just had this crazy dream. And he was like, what was it about? And I was like, Gemma. And he was like, you're dreaming about Gemma. And I said, yeah, there was like a problem or something. And I had contacted my brother, and I won't go into total details, but I was
Yeah.
like, Gemma contacted me, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, she called me, and she said there was a problem and stuff, and I was like, she told me that I had to hurry up and get a hold of Iggy Azalea and call her, and I'm like, what? And he was like, well, that will be easy. She's our cousin. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, she's our cousin. And I was like, then Gemma's our cousin too. And he was like, yeah. He was like, just call her. Here's the number. So I called her and told her that she had to meet me in Ohio. And I called you and I was like, Gemma, I have to send for you. You have to come to Ohio. And the next thing I know, me and Barrett were driving to the airport, and you had rented a car, but it was like this freaking massive decked out Porsche or something, some crazy sports car. And you're like, well, I'll just follow you to your house. And I'm like, okay. I was like, this is crazy. I told Barrett, I was like, what the heck am I dreaming?
Yeah, well, obviously, hopefully it won't be a dream like as soon as I can get across there, because it'd be good to meet everybody. So like, I'll definitely, hopefully it'll be next year probably now because of situations, but hopefully I'll get over to the US to see you and the other guys who want to meet up, because I'm desperate for going to the US. It's been a big dream for a long time for me to go on holiday.
Yeah.
Angela, I think it's normal for us to all cry sometimes. Like, I was upset last night. I was very grouchy, and like I said earlier, I was very annoyed and kind of feeling sore and whatever else. And but yeah, let's just say I understand why you were crying. And my poor dad was like trying to calm me down. He was like, "Well, it's all done now. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, the doctor's appointment's done, and you're fine." And I'm like, "It's not the point. You don't understand. Like, I'm ouchy and I'm grouchy and no, 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 no." And like, I understand why people get upset. Like, I'm a very emotional individual, so I get it.
Oh, wow, Harvey. No, I did not hear that. I've been going to bed like super early. Last night was an exception because I was trying to upload the premiere I was doing. But normally I'm in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I've been missing a lot of Gray Man's videos here lately, his live streams.
Yeah, Felicia, I'll definitely get over to the US next year. I'm hoping to get over there kind of probably January, February time, if not March. So I want to try and get over there so I can experience some, one, good weather, because it's always rubbish weather here, and two, I want to see you guys and try some American food and see some American sights, just something different. So
Yeah,
it'd be
that would
good.
be awesome.
Yeah, we had a storm here a couple of weeks ago where our power went out. Like, my lights were flickering the other day because we had a lightning storm here. And it was like 1 second I was talking to someone on the phone and it was like flicker, flicker, flicker. I'm like, oh no, it's going to go off. I'm losing my power. But luckily, it just kept flickering the whole night and stayed on. It's like, phew. But we've had a lot of storms recently because we've had a lot of hot weather. So
Yeah. I'm sorry that you woke up screaming and crying. I do that every once in a while too. I'll cry in my sleep. I think it's more because of pain, but and then like the other day I had another dream and I woke up laughing and Barrett thought I was crazy, but it was a funny dream. It was so
yeah,
stupid.
Firefly, definitely.
Barrett was like walking down a stairway with an armful of eggs. And I was like, I'm going to get him. And I took an egg and I went to throw it at him and I missed and he laughed about it. And then I grabbed another egg and I threw it at him and it hit his whole stash of eggs that he was holding on his arms. And they like cracked all the way down his stomach and his legs. And so I was dreaming this and I woke up like laughing hysterical. I'm like, that is the funniest dream ever. And he's like, no, you're just mean. You're just mean to me all the time. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, Firefly. I'll definitely be come to New York for definite like that. So I've got a few people in New York who I want to see. So I've got New York, Ohio, Texas, Cali, Alaska. Where else have I got people? I'm trying to think. And a few other states. So I know of Massachusetts, Connecticut, who want to see me. So I've got a few places that I need to get to. And I'll probably be over there for at least a couple of months because it's quite a long flight and I'd have to prepare myself to travel and stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll probably be a couple of months stay that I stay over there just to meet everybody and do some sightseeing.
Hey, Peter Dell. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you.
Hey, Peter.
Felicia says she's in New York too. Gemma.
Yeah, I've got a few people in New York. Another YouTuber friend called Boomer, who I want to see, is in New York. So there's a couple of other people who are there as well. So
Oh
New
my
York.
God. Gardner says you need to come to Jersey Shore. I would love to come to Jersey Shore. That would be so
Yeah,
fun.
I've heard lots of things about Jersey Shore in media and stuff, and it's not. I know the media do it on purpose to make it look bad, sound bad, whatever. But Jersey is quite beautiful from what I've seen on pictures and stuff. So I'd love to go to Jersey at some point.
I'm so sorry, Peter Dell. I wonder if you can fight that at all. So Peter Dell says, I'm upset. I got a message by YouTube saying your channel is no longer eligible to be monetized after reviewing your channel. We found that it does not follow YouTube monetization policies. That's horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter. That's really bad.
I wonder if you can fight that.
Yeah, I think YouTube should give you a appeals process, Peter. You should be able to go on that email. And I think it's down the bottom. It says to appeal it or to find out more information. They should give you a appeals form. You fill it in and say why you feel it needs to be redecided. And because I know a few channels that I watch have been threatened with losing their monetization or being told that they can't have it, and one of them has just been re-awarded. So I definitely would fight it if you feel that your channel does hit the monetization goal.
Wow, he says that's after 3 years of being monetized.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Peter. You've been monetized. That's I've never heard that. Like I've heard people who have just been monetized, they've got their first payment, and then all of a sudden YouTube says, no, actually you're not eligible to be monetized, they take it off.
Good
So I've
morning,
heard
Judy.
yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to going to Jersey. It will be another place I want to check out. Like I said, I've got New York, Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Cali, and a few other places that I know people in. So, and I've also got to get to Canada at some point as well because I've got a few people in Canada who want to meet me. So I've got a lot of different places to get to. It's definitely going to be a lot of my traveling next year. It's going to be America and Canada. Because I've got a lot of people who want to meet up with me and do things and do live streams and videos and stuff. So
Oh wow, Jujubee's in New York too.
nice. I've got a lot of guys in the New York border. Nice.
Yeah. Peter Dell says no explanations. It's horrible.
That's ridiculous, Peter. I'm sorry. YouTube's getting so ridiculous on certain things. I'm sorry. That sucks. I'm near Albany. I'm not sure what Albany is, but I'll look that up. Jujube, I'll have a look and see where that is. I know
It's
I've got a couple of friends near that area, I think.
in New York, Albany.
Oh, I know. I know. I've got a couple of friends in Indiana. CJ, my friend Budget Bushcraft, is in Indiana. I speak to him on a daily basis. He's a good guy.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait until I have tomatoes. I have tomatoes, they're just not ripe yet. I cannot wait to have my first tomato sandwich of the season.
I'm good. I'm good, Peter. How are you? Apart from obviously losing your monetization, but I hope you're doing well. Apart from that,
It's the state capital, Jujubee says.
oh, that's the state capital, New York. Oh, okay.
All
I'll
right,
have to.
Susanna, we'll see you later.
Take care. I hope everyone has a. I hope the person's going to has a good day. Love you too, Susanna. You're a good person. Good person. Peter says, "How's everything going with you, Jess?"
Everything's good. Yesterday was a bad day because of all the rain and thunderstorms and stuff like that. It usually gets right into my back and starts hurting. So yesterday was a hard day, but today is a new day and there's no rain supposed to come in. So I'm hopeful we're going to have a great day.
Oh, Lorraine, you're 50 miles from Indy. Nice. I've also got a few YouTubers in Illinois who I definitely need to meet up with, especially Lunatic Dad being one. He's really begged me to meet up with him when I get over there next year, so I'll be spending a couple of days with him at some point.
Oh, wow. Zay says, wow, Jess, I have so many. I'm canning and dehydrating them already. I have a million tomatoes on the plant. They're just all green still. My tomatoes are just, CJ says, my tomato plants are just now blooming. I hope we get some too.
Yeah, my dad's been growing like a mini allotment in my sister's garden because he lives in the same house as my sister, and they've just been growing. They've got peppers and tomatoes, as you guys pronounce it, tomato, corn, and some other things. He picked up a big bag this morning just before he dropped me off home. He's like, look, Gemma, look at all these. And it was literally, the bag was stacked with all these corns and stuff. I'm like, it's crazy.
Thank you, Peter Dow. My schedule's so messed up. Like, I've just been going live here and there. I haven't really kept a schedule. Just everything. I had 2 litter of piglets and trying to keep up with the garden. I'm just like a hot mess. Just, oh my goodness. And here come the spam calls. Probably. Spam calls starting already. Jeez. Stop.
That's why I turned my phone off. I'm like, yep, I don't want these calls, my phone ringing all the time, so I just turned it off.
I don't know how to turn the house phone off. I guess I could just unplug it.
Mine has a power button on the side of it, so I just turn the power button off. I'm like, boom, nope, don't want it on. So
yeah, mine doesn't have no power button. I wish it did.
Or like my old home phone I used to have until a couple months ago. I used to have to actually rip it out the walls. It used to drive me nuts. It was like constantly ringing all the time. I'm like, nope, enough of that.
Juju gave me a tomato in the chat and says, number 3, don't get jealous. You're mean. Jess, I shared your upload how to save turnip on the turnip seeds on Facebook and other web pages. See how you go with it. Thank you, Peter Dow. I appreciate that. Moonlight Gypsy says, Jess, I'm a mess too. At least it rhymes, you know.
Moonlight Gypsy, I'm a mess too. Like literally, like look, my hair's a freaking mess. I washed it this morning when I got back, and I'm literally just chucked on like my Vampire Diaries t-shirt, and I've got one of my little maxi skirts on because it's hot here. So I look a mess too. I'm like, my hair is sticking to my face. I'm like, ugh, because it's hot. Okay, so take care, Zara. Have a good day.
Yes, have a good day. Thanks for coming in. It was good to see you. Felicia's asking who's coming to the canning class tomorrow. So far, it's me and you, girl.
Hey, Jeep Girl. How are you?
Hey, Jeep Girl. Good to see you. Jeep Girl, you were wanting to can behind the scenes too, weren't you?
Juju says, no, I mean, it's only number 3. You'll put number me very soon. I have like 14 plants total and nowhere near the production that I had last year. Nice.
Oh, okay.
You be well too and be safe, so we'll see you later.
Bye.
See, I'm starting to even copy Jess by her saying things now. Like,
That's all right. I think like when people hang out a lot together, they do. Like I remember a girl that I used to hang out with. We were really good friends for like 7 years in Montana. And I had, I guess, a Southern accent is what everybody says. I had a Southern accent and she started talking like me. It was so funny. But in return, there were certain sayings that she would say that I started talking and sounding like her. It was hilarious.
take care, Peter. He says it's just after 11 p.m. Friday night here. Must head off and get shut eye. Has been late nights last couple of nights until we meet again. Best wishes. Best wishes to you, Peter. Take care.
Have a good night. We'll see you again soon.
Take care, Garden State Gardener. Have a good one.
Bye, Garden State Gardener.
CJ says town had a water main break yesterday. We were on boil or done to who knows when. Can't do yard work until I know I can shower. Oh no! no.
That's horrible.
That sucks, CJ. I'm sorry. That sucks.
See, and that's another reason, no offense, but that's another reason I don't like living in town. And thank goodness we have a spring on the property. We don't have to worry about any of that boil order. My sister lives in town, or she used to live in town. She moved to another state. But man, she used to call me all the time talking about how they get boil orders.
Yeah, I think I've only had a burst water main since I've lived here in the centre, well, outskirts of town where I live. I've only had a burst water main twice. I remember one night I'd just gone to bed. Luckily, I'd had a shower a few hours before, and also I got woken up by the police in the morning. Everyone needs to be out of the apartment. You need to be outside. I'm like, why? They go, no one's got running water or anything because there's a burst water main. We don't know how many hours this is going to last for. And we're all out on the street until like nearly gone midnight, waiting for the burst water main to be fixed so we could all have a shower and use our taps and stuff. It was ridiculous.
Wow. Jeep Girl says, I will have to catch the next canning session. I had a heart cath on Monday, and I'm still on restrictions for lifting, pushing, pulling. They went through my wrist. Oh, my goodness, Jeep Girl. Well,
ouch, Jeep Girl. I hope you're taking recovery. I hope
right.
you're doing slowly. That sounds painful. Ouch.
Sending prayers for a fast recovery.
Prayers, Jeep Girl. I hope you start feeling better. That sounds ouchy. And then Felicia says, Jeep Girl, you can still join us anyway and just help. It will help motivate you. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't have to actually take part in the actual canon and stuff. She can just sit there and chat with you and encourage the other people. That's a point.
Yeah.
That's what I do like, on people's panels. Like I haven't started canon yet, but I will eventually. And like with Jess, I sit on her panel or with Ghost. Like, and I sit there and just read the chat and chat to people. And the amount of conversations I get with people, like, Gemma, we're so glad you're on this panel. Like, even though you're not canon, like, you'll make it entertaining because I'm just sitting there laughing with people and helping people read the chat and stuff. So I just do it as a helpful thing. And I enjoy it because then at least I get to talk to people. So it is a point that Felicia says about you can just help people.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea.
Well, the private stream's a little different because everybody that is in there is on the panel. So we all just talk since it's private. But still, you're more than welcome to come in, Jeep Girl.
Yeah, definitely. Jeep Girl, prayers go out your way and I hope you feel better. It's definitely important to make sure you rest up if you've had something like that done.
Well, you guys, it's 9:12 now. I've been on for, what have I been on? An hour, almost 2 hours. I'm going to have to hop off here and get my butt in gear. Gemma, please stay behind the scenes for a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry to talk to you. But you guys, I want to thank you all for coming in and supporting us and hanging out and chatting with us. I have a question real quick. Jess, do you have a keto bread and butter pickle you love? Everyone I have tried has crystallized on me for, I don't do pickles. I don't like canning pickles. That's just preference. There's only one pickle that I personally like to eat, and that's Vlasic pickle. And until I can find a recipe that is precise Vlasic, then I don't can my own. And I do have a keto bread recipe I make in a bread maker on my channel. You can check that out. I think it's just titled Keto Bread, Easy Keto Bread or something like that. But you guys, I'm going to hop off here. I want to thank you for all coming in and supporting me and Gemma here. And I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.